Okay, so for a foundation flow, we want to make sure that we have the stability and the mobility in our feet and our ankles. So let's check this out. What we want to do is we want to make sure that the muscles are helping keeping us have the range of motion that we need. So we'll start with the mobility, but we're going to focus on the muscles. So let's look at the calf. So the calf's job is actually to plant affects the foot. In order to stretch the calf, we need to have the leg straight. So we straighten the leg and we can pull the toes back and you'll feel a stretch in the calf, right? We'll hold that for 30 seconds. That's easy, we pretty much know that. Now, let's tap into the soleus. In order to hit the soleus, we need the knee bent just a little bit. So you can tap into the soleus, you pull those toes back just like you did with the calf stretch, but we'll have the knee bent just a little bit. We'll hold that for 30 seconds. We'll do that about 3 times. Okay, now, let's focus on the stability of the foundation. So if our foundation needs to be stable, right, what we're going to practice on is activating the smaller muscles in the feet. So let's focus on, think of it as more of a tripod, right? You got your big toe, you got your pinky toe, and your heel. Those are going to be your 3 points of contact. And those are the 3 points that I want you actually driving and maintaining your balance. So we can start off with 30 seconds standing on one foot, and you can actually start to feel your feet actually moving and working together as you're pushing through the big toe and that pinky toe to maintain your balance. We'll start off with 30 seconds and then we can work ourselves up to 60 seconds. Changing the ground. So if you're standing on a flat surface, you want to make it harder, you can try closing your eyes, or you can stand on maybe a foam pad or something like that. But go and give it a shot. So we talked about stretching with the muscles, but we also need to stretch the joint itself. So we want to stretch the ankle joint. What we can do, pretend this is a wall. So we can use a wall, or you can actually use a stick like this. And this is a way we can test and treat for poor range of motion in the ankle. So what we want to do is make sure that we can start off with our toe on the stick. We'll have the stick perpendicular. And what I want you to do is just see if you can tap that knee onto the stick without your foot, whether your heel's coming up or your foot rolling in. So compensation, right? So can we do it without having to compensate? If you can successfully do that while keeping the heel and the foot's not dropping in, back up just a tad bit. I want to see how far you can actually go before you have to cheat just a little bit to actually touch the stick. So at that point here, for me, I would have to stop because I'm actually cheating. So what we can do is turn that right there into an exercise where we find that range and we're just going to practice trying to touch it without having to actually let our heel come up or having us cheat. So you can actually kind of knock. I like to do kind of 20 knocks, 2, 3, 4. We'll go all the way to 20. Back off of it a little bit, and then we'll try it again, okay? That's another way we can stretch and make sure we have the mobility in the ankle and the feet and have a really good foundation.